Constitution's just a ghost in chains. Freedom slipping down the drains. Rise up, break the chains. No billionaire should run the game. Lying, scheming, stealing rights. If we don't fight, we lose tonight. End of democracy comes in waves. Justice buried in shallow graves. Stand up loud, don't be the slaves. Unmake the cage, unmake the cage. Tick tock, time's running out. They're burning the laws, there ain't no doubt. Oh no, America, what you gonna do? Rights getting burned and they're coming for you.
Welcome back! Welcome back! We are live once again from the garage. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. It's me, Nora Ames, and this is Oh No America. Oh my God, guys. Oh, and something just dropped. I have like a whole thing. I'm going to go over the protests. I was going to talk to you about what's my congressman, Oregon represent. We got a representative from Oregon in El Salvador right now. Okay. I wanted to brag about that. And then what happened? The usual. Okay. So we're going to skip the protest for now. We're going to go straight to the El Salvador news. So as you guys know, Senator Van Hollen, okay, he was the first congressperson to show up in, we'll talk about Pete Hegseth in the second signal gate, for crying in a bucket. But guys, Pete Hegseth is taking a back burner to what's happening with Kilmar Abrego Garcia, okay? So let's recap what we know. Okay. Kilmar Abrego Garcia was absconded with no due process from the East Coast, from Maryland to Texas, and then from Texas to El Salvador to Sicat, right? He was thrown in there for being accused of being an active member of MS-13. The evidence for which is none. They said he had tattoos, hot dog, and that he was wearing a Chicago Bulls hat. That equals MS-13. Now, I have personally never been a Chicago Bulls fan. I, of course, was a Michael Jordan fan back in the day, because who wasn't a Michael fucking Jordan fan? If you're a real basketball fan, you love Michael Jordan. Like, he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. Okay. That's just facts. Okay. I'm a Warriors fan. Also, I've rooted for the Lakers because that's where I came from. Magic Johnson was my hero as a kid. I wanted to be like him on the basketball court. That's a story for another time. So wearing basketball gear and having his tattoo, by the way, if you guys didn't know, was an autism awareness tattoo that he got for his 5-year-old son who has autism. It's a fucking Autism Speaks ribbon. Okay, now we could go into Autism Speaks later. That's a whole other shenanigans, ball of wax. That has nothing to do with it. Okay, so when Senator Van Hollen came back, he did an impromptu press conference from the airport, like immediately upon landing. He held this press conference. This, of course, is Kilmar's wife, family members, activists in CASA. Okay. And yeah, we'll just listen to a little bit. I'm going to put this link in the chat. This press conference was amazing. And the things that are revealed in this press conference, that already, not only is our government trying to play hide the immigrant, okay, and pretend that we're deporting the bad ones and all this other BS. Can you guys not see me or hear me? Kathy? I think I'm okay. I'm going to check. Oh, I'm here. Okay. Kathy, refresh your page, honey. Okay. But El Salvador is trying to set it up as like he's totally fine. So they moved him from CCOT to another prison, which is a regular sauce prison, okay, where he has like a room and like things and clothes. He still has no charges. He still has no due process. The Supreme Court has ordered his return, and El Salvador and the Trump administration are, playing literally hot potato on not my problem. Okay, so let's just listen to a little bit of Van Hollen here because he's amazing and he's starting a trend.
And the illegal abduction of Kilmar Abrego Garcia and bring him home too. We're joined by his wife, Jennifer.
He looks the wrong
by
way.
His
That's okay.
mother, Cecilia, by his brother, Cesar, and thank all of the rest of you who are joining us in solidarity
He literally has
with
had
the
no sleep,
Constitution.
guys. So I
and
give him
Kilmar.
some grace here.
Look, I'm a little sleep deprived, and I want to be as clear as possible about what this is about and what it's not about.
I'm going to speed him
So
up a
I'm
tiny
going
bit.
to read the remarks that I wrote on the plane ride home. As the federal courts have said, we need to bring Mr. Abrego Garcia home
Correct.
to protect his constitutional rights to due process. And it's also important that people understand this case is not just about one man. It's about protecting the constitutional rights of everybody who resides in the United States of America.
Exactly, guys, because
If you deny the constitutional rights of one man, you threaten the constitutional rights and due process for everyone else in America.
that is the mic drop moment from that press conference, okay? Because that is facts, guys. Every single one of our rights as citizens of this country are under siege. Okay? It does not matter what Kilmar Abrego Garcia did in his past. He could literally be Charles Manson, guys, okay? But even Charles Manson had a right to due process and got his day in court. That is the point of our democracy, that you get your day in court, okay? And you have the right to a trial. You have the right to defend yourself, okay? And that is why people are innocent until proven guilty, okay? So, like, literally, we are this situation, and not just Kilmar. There are other people who have just been absconded with. Okay, we have students being kicked out of this country because they're on a foreign, student visa. What the fuck? We're defunding colleges. Did Trump not realize, guys? Did Trump not realize that he is taking on Harvard? Harvard is 140 years older than America. Okay? They create lawyers. They create some of the best lawyers on planet Earth. And Trump, in his Sharpie smelling wisdom, thinks he's going to take on Harvard. Their alumni consists of justices of the peace, lawyers of all kinds, okay? And they're not going to put up with that shit. Even the ones that you've hired their firm to work for free for billions of dollars, because I don't even know how that's fucking legal, like that the federal government needs pro bono fucking coverage, okay? They keep rolling back that he's a violent gang member. It's been proven. There's no court cases. There's no evidence proving that Kilmar Abrego Garcia, is a member of MS-13. In fact, he had a protective order in 2019 by a judge saying he will not be deported to El Salvador because he's not part of that. His mom sent him here so that he would not be part of it. It's the whole point. For fuck's sake. Now he's sitting in a jail. Now I got to show you guys. So literally half an hour ago, Trump, nope, Nora, wrong button. Trump truths out this nonsense. Are you guys ready? Please hold on to your butts because this is insane. This is what he truths out. This is the man, Kilmar Abrego Garcia, that the courts are trying to save from being deported. He was supposed to be, according to the judge and the Democrats, a wonderful father from Maryland. Correct. And according to his union, according to his coworkers, according to like every person that's fucking met him, his kids' teachers. How many more character witnesses does this guy need? Okay. But then they noticed he had MS-13 tattooed on his knuckles and lots of really bad stories about his past. This is the gang. This is the gang that is perhaps the worst of them all. What is wrong with our country? Okay. Now, there is no disagreement from me that MS-13 is a terrorist organization. Okay. We will say that flat out. I don't disagree with that. However, can anyone spot what's wrong with this picture? Anyone? Do you guys see the terrible fucking Photoshop on this? What the fuck is that? What the fuck is this? This is the laziest Photoshop I've ever seen. Now, guys, I have script. I'm going to. Okay. Look. How can I get. Okay. You see how the script looks on my skin? How do I. Why can I not? I can't. There we go. Okay. This is what script looks like. There we go. On skin. What? I'm gonna zoom in on this because this is the stupidest thing I have ever seen. I don't want the new Chrome. I want to make this bigger. We're gonna get bigger. I want this bigger. Please comply with me. Why is Chrome always changing? Can you just make the one you have already good? Why is this black bar getting bigger? And nothing, guys, I'm going to share this big. Let's see if I can. Do you guys see how terrible that is? This is not fucking real. They didn't even pick a good font to put on top of it. I don't even know if this is his actual knuckle. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know that he has any other tattoos. But what, guys, this is Photoshop. It's not even good Photoshop. Like, can you get the Procreate? Can you buy the fucking program you need to buy? This is the president of the United States of America holding up a Photoshopped picture and claiming that is evidence that this man who is completely innocent is a gang. That is where we're at, America. That is where we are at. The president of the United States, who is so fucking unhinged. Okay, I gotta make this smaller so I can show you. If you guys did not see what this insane geriatric, just madman truthed out on Easter, on the high holy day, we're going to scroll through. Okay. Some bullshit about Biden. Blah, 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 blah. Something about, endorsing someone. Steve Daines. I don't know who that is. I'm doing what I was elected to do. Remove criminals from our country. But the courts don't seem to want me to do that. This is earlier this afternoon. My team is fantastic, doing an incredible job. However, they are being stymied at every turn by even the U.S. Supreme Court, which I have such great respect for, but which seemingly doesn't want me to send violent criminals and terrorists back to Venezuela. First of all, you didn't send them to Venezuela. You sent them to fucking El Salvador because you paid the president of El Salvador to house people. You are paying the president of El Salvador money to put people in a concentration camp. Let's be real. Let's be real. Okay? And he wants them to make more so that he can send homegrowns. Okay? People that came here illegally. He had a protective order from a court saying he could stay because he's a green card. Like, Jesus Christ. The courts are intimidated by the radical left who are playing the ref. Actually, no, sir. They are following the Constitution of the United States of America, unlike you. Unlike you, you've clearly never read that, along with the Bible that you've never read, sir. The great Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito correctly wants to dissolve the pause on deportations. Excuse me, Alito voted for you to bring Kilmar back. It was a 9-0 decision. Okay? He's right on this. If we don't get these criminals out of our country, we are not going to have a country any longer. When are we deporting you, sir? You have 34 criminal convictions. You know how many Kilmar has? 0, nip, nada, 9. None. You are a convicted criminal, sir. And Kilmar Abrego Garcia is not. Okay? When are we deporting Trump? Can we do that? Will the president of El Salvador put him in CCOT? Let's see how long that fucking lasts. We cannot give everyone a trial. I want you to read this sentence over and over and over, because this is what they want to do in our country. We cannot give everyone a trial, because to do so would take, without exaggeration, 200 years. Our Constitution guarantees people the right to a fair and speedy trial. It's part of our constitutional rights. Are we taking that out of the Constitution? I didn't see a congressional hearing to amend the Constitution. Did any of you? No. We would need hundreds of thousands of trials. Correct. For the hundreds of thousands of illegals we are sending out of the country. Oh, so sad, too bad. Due process is due process, bitch. Okay? Such a thing is not possible to do. Actually, it is. But you've decided to just throw people out en masse instead of having them fill out the forms. All the people that use the little app that Biden made, oh, guess what? They are all getting kicked out. They're being asked to self-deport. Okay? Such a thing is not possible to do. What a ridiculous situation we're in. Make America great again. Sir, you are the president of these United States, and our laws command you to follow them. You don't get to do whatever the fuck you want because you're sitting in a fancy pants office with an old ass desk. That's not what the job is. Your job is to ensure the American people have the laws in place to help them have their life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Okay? And all these illegals that you are forcibly, throwing out of our country are mostly tax-paying people who work their fucking asses off every day, okay, at various different, I can't think of the word. This is not a time for fibro/ADHD fog. Occupations. Thank you. Occupations that keep this country running. Okay? The construction industry will come to a dead halt without migrant workers. The farming industry will be done in this country without migrant workers. They are what makes America great. This man is literally insane. I'm going to say that out loud. Donald J. Trump, You are an insane person. Okay. This is all today, guys. This is his rant from today. The radical left is only good at playing the ref. They are always threatening our judges. No, honey, your judges you appointed are the ones telling you stop breaking the law. No, you're committing judicial intimidation. Like, are you joking? He literally, it's the upside down, guys. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Massapequa. Okay. This was an Easter thing. Melania and I will be going to the funeral of Pope Francis. I hope they turn him away. Dear Italy, dear Vatican City, that is its own city. Okay. Vatican City is its own country. It is a tiny little thing in the middle of Rome, but it's technically its own country. Okay. Listen up, Catholics. You guys have one duty. Okay. You have one mission right now, and that is to go right now to your church and you go tell your priest that you want them to tell the archbishop, and the archbishop needs to tell the cardinal, and the cardinal needs to send a message to the League of Cardinals at the Vatican that Trump does not get to show up for that. Like, literally. Okay? We are not going to desecrate an actual productive holy man. No matter what you think of Catholicism and everything else, if you've had bad times in there, the Pope that just passed, he did some good shit. He tried to reform the church, and he's the only Pope in my lifetime that wasn't all about that bling. Okay. He went and he acted, as Jesus. Okay. Please, for the love of Mary, Catholics, I need you to get on it and get down to your church and tell your priest to tell the archbishop, to tell the cardinal, to have him call the Vatican and be like, not today, Satan, not today. Okay? Like, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Okay. More, look at him with the Easter bunny. Like, shut the fuck up. They used real eggs on the Easter roll because, what does that cost? A couple bucks? He has no idea. Okay? He couldn't even just not talk about himself all day. Okay? Oh, out of respect, we're going to do blah, blah, blah. And then he just fucks it. Okay? Now he's talking about the interest rates. No, your egg disaster. You said you were going to fix the eggs. Guys, I just was at Costco. Okay? I was just at Costco. Now, I like to buy the big 15, it's the big pack. It has a whole bunch of dozen, okay? You have a limit of 3 of those. Now, in years past, prior to whatever the fuck is going on with eggs, that was $13 for one of those. I want just guess how much one of those was today. Guess how much one of those was. It's 5 dozen eggs in a package. So guess how much that was. I'm going to tell you. $21. 21. It went from, the numbers reversed. It went from $12.99 to $21.99. That is insane. That is insane in the membrane. But he's still blaming Biden. He's still blaming. Sir, you have been in office now for almost 90 days. Or it's actually probably over 90 days. Okay? And you still want to keep bringing up Biden? Shut the fuck up about Joe Biden. Okay? Okay? He's not there. You are. So start fucking doing your job. Start doing your job. This is some bullshit. I'm not even going to get into that. Okay. Non-tariff cheating. Sir, you are cheating. Currency manipulation, dumping below cost. I'm sorry. Didn't you just manipulate the entire motherfucking stock market so you and your fucking homies could benefit. Shut the fuck up. Okay? Counterfeiting, piracy, and IP theft. Trans-shipping to evade tariffs. Yeah, guess what? Fuck you. They're going to do everything they can. They're going to do everything they can to fucking avoid your bullshit. Since our announcement of Liberation Day, many world leaders and business executives have come to me asking for relief from tariffs. It's good to see the world knows we are serious. Because we are. They must right the wrongs of decades of abuse, but it won't be easy for them. We must rebuild the wealth of our great country and create the true reciprocity. But for those who want the easiest path, come to America and build in America. Why would anyone in their right mind decide to move their business to America right now? Why? Why would you do that? I mean, if you can afford the $5 million golden visa, sure. Okay. So this is what he says about, here we go. Okay. So this is what he said about Van Hollen's visit. Okay. Radical lunatic Democrats and their comrades in the fake news, so we're socialists, okay, are falsely making Kilmar Armando Abrego Garcia, wow, you're not his mother. You don't get to say the whole thing, out to be a very sweet and innocent person, which he is, which is a total blatant and dangerous lie. No, you are the liar, sir. You are committing fraud. You are committing libel and slander every time. I hope and pray to all of the gods, past and present, that Kilmar comes home, okay, and gets fucking every big time. I want Gloria Steinem. I want the guy who defended the guy whose wife is in the coma. I can't think of his name. I want all of the lawyers. I want all of them to come and represent Kilmar, and I want them to sue the fucking shit out of Donald J. Trump. I want a civil suit. I want a criminal suit. Is the fucking Democrats with the spine? Okay? Where are they? Fucking hell. Okay? Garcia has been found by 2 separate courts. No, he hasn't. To be a member of the violent killer gang MS-13. False. Was in our country illegally. False. And is under deportation order. False. It is despicable and un-American for liberals and the mainstream media to hate our country so much. False. And be obsessed with protecting criminals. False. Instead of working to keep our border, streets, and families safe. Those lying to the American people on behalf of violent criminals, false, have to be held responsible by the agencies and the courts. That's you, sir. That is you, sir. Make fucking Donald Trump a criminal again. Guys, he must be, we can't keep this going. I mean, we are a fucking joke. America is a fucking worldwide joke right now. Please, if you are in another country, stay there. This place is a fucking dumpster fire mess. Do not come to here. You are not safe. Okay? I'm going to keep it real. You are not safe. The Trump administration wants to target foreigners in our country for immediate harm. Do not travel here right now. I'm serious. Cancel your Disney plans and tell them it's because of Donald Trump. Everyone call Disneyland from another country and say, you know what? I was going to come to Disneyland / Disney World, whichever one you wanted to go to, but I'm not now because even the happiest place on earth is not safe for me because guess what? It's not. It's not. This is not a joke. This is not a joke. If you are watching me and you are in another country, I beg of you to call Disney Call Disneyland. Can the mods put Disneyland and Disney World's number up? If you guys have a sec to look that up, call them from whatever country you're in and say, you know what? I'm canceling my plans. Not coming to Disneyland. And if we can get enough people to call and let Disneyland know that tourists are going to stop coming to the gajillion zillionaire land, that's going to change some shit. Because they have billions of dollars. I don't even know how many. It's not even a real number. It's beyond trillions. Okay. Yeah. We need to help get some multi-gajillion dollar corporation to work for us. Okay. Disney is the one I'm choosing right now. Disney is the one I'm choosing. Okay. And this is day after day after day. A gift from China in the Pacific Ocean. False. The garbage patch is from all of us. And America is the largest consumer of plastic on planet Earth. That is our problem. We did that. We did that. What? This guy is just one thing after another. Okay. You cannot make this shit up. You cannot make this up. So let's talk about for a second, because I got to pull up another thing here. Let's talk about Democrats. Let's talk about what the fuck we need to do as Democrats to fucking make this shit better. Okay? I want to play a clip for you here, but I have to find it. Perfect. No, that's not the one. I want the full. Come on, MSNBC, work with me. I need this whole interview that he did with Michael Steele, because it's kind of brilliant. And let's see here. Yeah, and we'll get to Pete Hegseth. Yeah. Pete Hegseth is it's a fucking joke, guys. He's caught up in another scandal. Okay, another scandal involving Signal. Can one of his aides delete Signal from his phone? He clearly does not know how to use it. Okay? He clearly has no clue how to use that app at all. And he is a danger to our country. This is absolutely treason. This is absolutely, the worst thing that could happen. Where is it? Come on now. This is the energy we need right now, but now I can't. No one is really. Is this it? Okay, that's not it. That's not it. Where is this Fakakta interview? I'm sorry, guys. I meant to pull this up before and I forgot until just this second. everybody's clipped it, and so it's like only shorts right now. So that is driving me nuts. But that's fine. We'll pull this. Oh no, what just happened? Oh, I see. I get it. I don't know why that happened. That is very crazy. I just pulled up like extra old tabs that I didn't need. Okay. So a few days ago, 4 days ago, David Hogue, who is the vice president of the DNC, was on MSNBC being interviewed by Michael Steele. He asked him, let me see here, what his response was to James Carville. Now, for those of you guys who don't know who James Carville is known as the Raging Cajun. And he is making some bold statements in regards to David Hogue and what he's doing with the DNC, right? And right now, he's shaking it up. He's shaking it up, and it's important to know that the young Gen Z DNC is not going to take it anymore. They're not going to take it from the likes of anybody, not even James Carville. And I really want this clip. Let me see if she replays the clip or not, because it was such a brilliant comeback to James Carville. And guys, this is the real deal right now. He's not wrong. James Carville's upset. He is a fossil older than you. James Carville's upset because David is suggesting that the DNC, take a fresh new look at candidates, and is telling people, hey, if you are not fucking coming to the party, and you're not going to be a passion, and you're not going to fucking bring the fire, and also you're 10,000 years old, we're going to primary you. Even in areas where we are safe, because we need new blood in Congress. Okay, let's pull up this interview here. Yeah. This is an important interview. Let's pull it up here. Let's get ourselves full screen. That is, I apologize for pausing it right there.
I feel the need to whisper this. No one tell Donald Trump about the renewed energy on the left, especially as Bernie Sanders and AOC's Fighting Oligarchy tour continues to see record crowds. These are
guys, look at these numbers for Bernie and AOC right now. Folsom, bright red in California. 26,000 people showed up. Salt Lake City, not a liberal enclave. 20,000 people. Of course, in LA, 36,000 people. Okay, that's expected. Tucson, 23,000 people. Denver, also kind of blue. Nampa, Idaho. That place hasn't been blue probably ever. 12,000. That was max capacity at the arena they were at. 12,500 people showed up in Nampa, Idaho. Okay?
some very deep red districts, y'all. Their tour across America follows Democrats attempting to hold Republicans to account by organizing over 70 town halls in 35 states over the past 3 weeks. This is a push that they are going to double.
These photos are from Republican town halls where the Republicans are being held to task
Down on by focusing on vulnerable Republican districts over this 2-week recess. And it follows the outpouring of protests across America. More than 1,400 in recent weeks. The energy is there.
Okay, so that was April 5th. Even more people, 5.2 million people protested on April 5th. 5.4 million protested on April 19th.
So it's very clear to me that there's an energetic and there's a vocal opposition to Donald Trump. And DNC Vice Chairman David Hogg has an idea of how to channel it. In an unprecedented move, as the DNC does not typically get involved in primaries, Hogg announced that a separate organization where he serves as president, called Leaders We Serve, is going to intervene in solidly Democratic districts as part of a $20 million effort to elect younger leaders and unseat their party's older.
$20 million effort to let's go retirees, go retire. And we're bringing in some new young blood because we need a fresh take for democracy's sake. Oh, that's a good slogan. Guys, I just made a slogan. Put it up. I'm putting that on a t-shirt.
Lawmakers. Hogg telling the Times, people say they want change in the Democratic Party, but really they want change so long as it doesn't potentially endanger their position of power. The man in question joins me now. Okay.
Okay, are you guys aware? David Hogg, for those of you who don't know, is a Parkland shooting survivor. He's 25 now, guys. He's 25. My brain broke finding that out.
You made a lot of people mad today.
A few.
I've heard from a few people. As the former Senator Sanders campaign staffer in me says, yes, fight the power.
Right.
The former DNC member in me says, I don't know if this is what the DNC vice chair should be doing. What do you say to the people who are very critical of this because you are an elected vice chair of the Democratic National Committee?
I mean, look at former vice chairs that have been involved in primaries previously as well. I'd also say when I was running for this role, I was running as I was president of Leaders We Deserve in the years prior to this, where we worked in primaries to help elect young Democrats to state legislatures and Congress. And I want to clear one thing up. This is not an issue that we're taking with age in particular. Like, there are ineffective older people and ineffective younger people across our party. This
So you're not just targeting old people?
No,
because the Washington Post story said y'all are going to primary Democrats in safe blue districts and the age. And then, but it did say the age of members has nothing to do with their calculus. But the other stories played up the age.
Exactly, because that's the more controversial story here. We are not here. There are great older people in our party that are leading the fight against Donald Trump and have been doing so for nearly a decade at this point.
Okay, so it's not just about the crusty dusty peeps. Okay, it's about getting people who are going to be loud, who are going to be proud. Oh, thank you so much. One of my mods just saved my bacon. I'm gonna play the. I'm gonna get back to this interview here in 1 second, but I have not that one. This is the one I want. Oh, it was on CNN. That's why I couldn't find it. It was Jake Tapper. Jake.
Here's what Easy Cater brings to the table: a nationwide platform that's not just
Why
easy
am I
but
getting an
flexible.
ad? Excuse me. Oh, because it's
letting you
CNN.
modify
Okay,
orders
thanks,
along the way.
CNN.
I actually wanted a Caesar salad. Ooh, croutons.
Start an order at easycater.com.
Okay.
Vice Chair of the Democratic National Committee, David Hogg, who joins me now live in studio. David, as a survivor of the 2018 Florida shooting in Parkland, what do you make of the fact that 3 weeks ago, the Florida State House voted to lower the minimum age to buy a long gun from 21 to 18? It had been raised because you and your fellow classmates had lobbied the Florida legislature, and there was a package of gun reform and red flag laws and psychological help. And
So Florida is trying to change the law again. Okay. So that 18-year-olds can buy more guns. Okay.
School safety officers, a whole thing that Governor Rick Scott, Republican, signed into law. But now they're talking about lowering the age back to 18 for long gun purchases.
It's ridiculous. I mean, it was Republicans that passed that law in the first place. They controlled the House and the Senate in our state government, and obviously Rick Scott was the governor, who was also a Republican. The reason why this law matters is because the shooter in Parkland was not able to purchase a handgun under federal law because he was not over the age of 21, but he was able to purchase an AR-15 because that's the logic of the NRA.
Because that's a long gun, guys.
They're actually trying to lower that age once again in Florida, and it's just ridiculous. We're seeing time and time again in instances, whether it's Uvalde, whether it's Parkland or other instances, many of these shooters are under the age of 21, and it simply does not make sense that if you can't buy a handgun, that you should be able to purchase an AR-15.
No,
Let's talk about what you did this week, raising a lot of eyebrows here in Washington, D.C.
Just a few.
You announced this week you're the vice chair of the Democratic National Committee, but you're raising $20 million to boost primary challengers running in safe Democratic seats against incumbent Democrats. Yes, safe
Thank you for the clarification.
Yeah, it's causing a lot of stir. We asked James Carville about it the other day.
Here we go,
couldn't get you. We couldn't book you that day for whatever reason.
Well, rest assured, he's my biggest fan.
Well, so here's James Carville. Here's what he had to say about your idea. Take a listen.
The most insane thing I ever heard as the vice chair of the Democratic National Committee is spending $20 million running against other Democrats. Aren't we supposed to run against Republicans?
What's your response?
What's his plan to deal with our 27% approval rating?
Hey-o!
That's my question to him.
Hey-o! That's right. Democrats are not popular. We are not popular. No, we're not. No, we're not. We're not. Because people like James Carville keep deciding what the fuck we want, and he doesn't even know what he wants.
The fact of the matter is right now, our party is in a crisis.
Yes.
We are seeing people lose faith in our party. They're losing faith in democracy
Yes.
across the country. And we need to make sure that we're getting people to vote for Democrats, not simply because we're not Donald Trump, but because we have a better message, a better option for them. Not simply.
Yes, because we are better. We have a better fucking platform across the board, which we don't right now.
The less bad of two options, as I think Carville tries to promote when he says, well, we just shouldn't say anything. Carville believes in a politics of being timid, of hiding. I believe in fighting. And that is what people want to see right now from the Democratic Party.
Yes.
We just saw an example of that with Senator Van Hollen going to El Salvador to say,
Yes.
we need to meet with this man. And yes, Democrats obviously are in the minority right now. But let's be clear, we cannot win back the majority if we do not convince the American people that our party offers something that isn't just not Donald Trump, but is substantially better than Donald Trump, that fights to lower costs for Americans across the country, whether it's healthcare, housing, or the foundational building blocks of the American dream that feels so out of reach for people, or addressing gun violence. We can't simply just hide, as Carville repeatedly promotes.
No.
Not to mention the fact that, frankly, he has not won an election since before I was born. I think it's time for some new voices in our party.
When were you born?
2000.
Well, I guess that. So anyway.
Jake Tapper just realized that David is 25, and he's absolutely correct. That James Carville has not won an election in 25 years. Why are we still listening to this man? He's not good at his job. He's not good at his job. James Carville, okay, he's also famous for having a Republican wife, right? Just like Kellyanne Conway and George Conway, right? I'm sorry. Are you telling me right now, Mr. Carville, that Mrs. Carville voted for Trump? And you're okay with that? Mr. Conway, you're okay with Kellyanne not voting once, but 2 times for this man? And you think that just because you speak out, it doesn't matter? It matters. It matters. It's insane. Christine, yes. Any person who's okay with the status quo needs to go. No. Guys, we need big energy. Okay? Big energy. Okay? Big energy. Okay? That's what we need. We need to bring the power to the elections. Okay? Yeah. This stuff, guys, is so fucking wild to me that that these people are still somehow in power. Okay? That they are still somehow in power, and I don't understand how that is a thing. I don't understand it. It is wild to me that they haven't been voted out yet. That we are so complacent as Democrats that we are allowing incompetent, middle of the road people to continue to dominate our party. Okay, please stop. Please stop for a second. Jesus Christ. Yes, I want this one because I know she posted it here, but I'm trying to find somebody that I love, that I follow, Park Rose Permaculture. She posted a duet with somebody else, and it's on her shorts on YouTube, but I feel like on TikTok she probably tagged the person. So I'm just looking through TikTok here. Otherwise, I will pull up the short from her channel that I watched earlier. I want to know who this girl is, because this is the energy. This girl in her duet here is the fucking energy that we need, all of us right now. 100%. Okay, somehow it's not on her TikTok. Okay. Yeah, I'm just scrolling. So much scrolling. She's, if you guys don't follow Park Rose Permaculture, she is from Oregon. Yeah, she's getting like, oh, did he? Oh, okay. I didn't know. I'm glad that happened. Okay, there we go. George and Kellyanne divorced, finally. He wasn't going to divorce her because he was Catholic, y'all. He was like, we don't do that. Did I do that? Yeah, just get divorced. I'm glad he did. Yeah, she's uploading all of her TikTok basically to YouTube Shorts, because her TikTok is like getting shadow banned essentially right now. And so, yeah, we need to, okay. This is the message of today, okay? This is the message of today. Here we go. We're gonna go to the sharesies. Please listen. Please listen to this young woman.
Y'all white people ain't fucking pissed enough for me. Y'all ain't mad enough for me. They are sending people to the camps now. If you've ever asked yourself what you would have done, now's the fucking time. Now's the fucking time. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Now's the fucking... Y'all white people ain't fucking pissed enough
One more time.
Y'all ain't mad enough for me. They are sending people to the camps now. If you've ever asked yourself what you would have done, now's the fucking time. Now's the fucking time. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Now's the fucking... Y'all...
That's the energy that we need now, Democrats. That is the fucking energy we all need to be bringing to the table. Now is the time. Okay? They are sending people. They're making the camps. How many more warnings, white people, do we need from our brethren of non-whites? Okay? The Native Americans, the first peoples here, tried to tell us for decades. African American citizens have been telling us for hundreds of years, as have the Native Americans. The Latinx Americans have been telling us. Okay? This is our fight, white people. White women, in particular, put that menace in office. We have to right that wrong. Okay? The people of color, they're fucking tired. Okay? They've been fighting for rights to exist for millennia. It is time for the white people to get up off our privileged ass and fucking stand up for the rights of everyone. Okay? If you are unable to attend a protest, as I was on Saturday, write to your Congress people, show up at the town halls, go to the Zoom meetings, go however you can to show up for democracy. Okay? If you are able, run for office in your local area, whatever that office is, okay, that's available. City council, mayor, okay, state representative, whatever. Hi, snot face, I love you. Thank you for being here. Okay, all of that. We need at every level for people to be there with a head on their shoulders that has a brain that is functioning, that can read the Constitution of the United States of America and swear to uphold that. Okay? Yes, Diana, all of the Latinx people who allowed themselves to be pointed at and used as props by this fucking Cheeto in chief during his 2 campaigns. Where's my Mexicans? Where's my Mexican? I love Mexicans. Yeah. Where's my blacks? There they. I love my blacks. I love blacks. Where's my uneducated? I love the uneducated. Like, what? People wanted to be insulted. They wanted, the women wore shirts that said, Trump can grab my pussy. Okay? We need that lady's energy. We need, and if you guys have never seen this movie, this is your assignment, America. Okay? This is the energy that we need to bring to right now. The newscasters, okay? The media at large. Stop pussyfooting around with democracy. Stop pretending that this is a neutral zone. This is not a neutral zone, fucking mainstream media. This is the fucking war zone. We are in a war zone for democracy, for our life. Okay? And if you can't bring this kind of energy to your show every night, get the fuck off the air. Okay? This is what I'm talking about. If you guys have never seen this 1978 movie called Network, you need to see it.
The 13 nations of OPEC have still not been able to decide by how much to increase the price of oil. Saudi Arabia...
How much time we got?
Yesterday, for further consultations with his government, he returned to the Vienna... This is Ed Fletcher in Vienna.
Take 2, Q hard. I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value. So, I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. I want you to get up right now. Get up, go to your windows, open them, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. Things have got to change.
How many stations does this go out?
You've got to get mad.
67.
Say,
I know it goes to Louisville and Atlanta.
I'm not going to take this anymore. Then we'll figure out what to do about the depression and the inflation and the oil crisis. But first, get up out of your chairs, open the window, stick your head out and yell, and say, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Who are you talking to, Herb?
CGG, Atlanta.
Are they yelling in Atlanta, Herb?
Are they yelling in Atlanta, Ted?
But first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
They're yelling in Baton Rouge.
Get up out of your...
Son of a bitch! We struck the mother load!
Stick your head out of the window, open it, and stick your head out and keep yelling and yell, I'm as mad
That's right,
as hell.
Diana.
I'm not going to take this anymore. Just get up from your chairs right now. Go to
Where
the
you
window.
going? I want to see if anybody's
Just go to
yelling.
the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell and keep yelling. I'm mad as hell! I'm not going to take this anymore!
I'm mad as hell!
Yes!
I'm mad as hell and I'm not gonna take it anymore!
I'm mad as hell! I'm not gonna take it anymore!
I'm mad as hell and I'm not gonna
I'm not gonna take it anymore!
I'm mad as hell! I'm mad as hell! I'm mad as hell! I'm not gonna take this anymore! I'm mad as hell! I'm mad as hell!
That's right, everyone. One of the best scenes of all time. This is the energy, America. This is the energy we need to bring to this fight. We need to be mad as hell. And we're not going to take it anymore, Donald Trump, Pete Hegseth, and all of you little sycophants and oligarchs, Zuckerberg and fucking Musk and Jeff Bezos and all you fucks. We're mad as hell, and we are not going to take it anymore. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you, as always, to my mods. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here. We got to stand up. We got to make our voices heard here in America. Don't delay. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button, subscribe. Become a member. Hit up my link tree. And I'll see you guys next time.
Lights getting burned and they're coming for you.